Good afternoon. I'd like to call this meeting of the City of Middletown IDA Board to order. We'll start with a roll. Mr. DiStefano. Present. Mr. Seigerman. Here. Ms. Nemeth. Here. Mr. Cantoli.
Here.
Mr. Hawkins.
Here.
Mr. Brito is absent, and I am Mr. Madden. We all have a copy of the minutes from January 18th. Hopefully you all had a chance to look at them. Any questions? I need a motion to approve the minutes from January 18th.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. A second?
Second.
Thank you. Any conversation or questions?
I'll be abstaining since I wasn't present.
Okay. Anything else? Roll. Mr. DiStefano?
Abstain?
Mr. Seigerman?
Yay.
Ms. Nemeth?
Yay.
Mr. Cantoli?
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
Mr. Brito is absent. Mr. Madden, I vote yes. Next on our agenda, we have the audit presentation from Donna Crowley from RBT.
Hi.
Hello.
So, I'm not sure if you have a copy in front of you. I will make it short and quick. December 22 audit for the IDA was a clean opinion, and that's exactly what you want, so that's a great thing. Just a few differences from the prior year. Your assets just went down $900, and as did your net position. That was due to fees going up, but also expenses going up slightly, so the overall decrease of $990. The only other thing I would like to really keep in mind, part of your audit, you do have the schedule of other information, which gives you full-time equivalents information on your projects that is unaudited, but we still keep it as part of the audit. And all the way back to the last page, there were no internal control findings or compliance findings during the audit. And that about wraps it up.
Any questions for Ms. Crowley about the audit report from 2022?
You're doing the full-time equivalent for the job creation?
Yes, 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 that's included as part of a page in here, yes.
I told Eileen, I'll repeat that, Eileen, I didn't turn my mic on. My question was regarding the full-time equivalent was for, to factor in the job creation, and the answer was yes.
Any other questions for Ms. Crowley? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank everybody for your help in doing the audit.
Next on our agenda is the Treasurer's Report from Leonora Liz.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. In front of you, you have the financial report for period ending February 28th. The first report, you have your bank balances. For the pilot checking account, there was no activity, so you have an end balance of $116.63. For the regular checking, there were some withdrawals, $20.85 to FedEx, $58.41 to Time Herald's Record, leaving you with a balance of $383.62. There was also some activities in the savings account. Some admin fees were deposited. So that left you with the end balance of $12,014.42. And in the money market account, there was also some fees that were deposited. So that's an increased balance of $259,488.62. Overall, cash total, $272,003.29. On the second report, this is something a little bit new that was recommended by the auditors. This is a budget versus actual year-to-date performance. It captures the income between January and February. So you'll see you have a total income of $157,241.16 in comparison to the budget. And then we have some expenses that were captured as well for $47.20, leaving you for the year-to-date profit of $157,193.96. Does anyone have any questions for me?
The fees are from, is that Polycraft? Okay.
Yes.
Is that the total fees, or are there more coming in?
That's the total, right, Patty? We got everything in, yep.
Okay.
Any other questions for Ms. Liz? Need a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. A second. Thank you, Mr. DeStefano. Any questions? Roll. Mr. DeStefano.
Yes.
Mr. Seigerman?
Yes.
Ms. Nemeth?
Yay.
Mr. Cantoli?
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Thank you. Bills and communications.
Mr. Chairman, we have two. The Harlan Clark is checks from, we had to order through Orange Bank and Trust for $123.94, and then FedEx had to go out for $70.01. That was, it was postage, I'm sorry, through FedEx.
Any questions for Maria about our expenses? I need a motion to approve the payment.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. A second. Mr. Seigerman, any questions? Roll. Mr. DeStefano.
Yes.
Mr. Seigerman?
Yes.
Ms. Nemeth?
Yes.
Mr. Cantoli?
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Any unfinished business?
None this evening.
One question. What is the equilibrium thing in our package?
Well, it's a sample of what we use for the Paris report.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I can explain it when I go through the.
No, I thought it was maybe a new application coming in.
Oh, no.
No,
Nope.
okay.
All right, moving on. New business. So we're going to have to discuss the Paris report.
Right. So you already heard Donna from RBT regarding the audit report. So the office has been working on the annual report and Paris report for year ending 12/31/22. That gets submitted to the state. It's due March 31st. I want to thank Patty and I know Leonora for getting all the pertinent information that needs to go into these reports. These are done annually for some of the new members here. In the report, you'll see the mission statement, the measurement report, and then also any transactions that we did. Last year, we began with Polycraft, the application, but we actually did not complete, the project was completed in '23. So you're going to see Polycraft in the report for next year. Everything gets, what the mayor's question before was, there's a sample of questionnaires that go out to all the projects. And these questionnaires go out and come back, and then Patty compiles all the information from here, and it goes into the Paris report. So some, interesting, you'll see some interesting information, basically regarding, first of all, it shows in the report information about the board, if we're appointed, and all yes and no answers and questions that we have to answer. And then, like, if you go to page 17 of 25 in the Paris report, which looks like this, you'll see this gives information to the state. For instance, this is the Danza Lesser Group, this is the Horton Complex. You'll see that total exemptions of $168,368.20. That's what they would be paying if they were full taxation. So the pilot that they're paying to the IDA is $131,606.79. So the exemption, net exemption is $36,761 and change. But, and then you'll also see here, what's reported is current number of FTEs, and then the net employment change. So also, for this year, they added, a total of the 129.50, Patty, is that it? Am I reading this right?
134.50.
That's the total, yes. So that's the total of, to date, what that project has brought in. So all this gets compiled every year. They fill out the information, and this has to be reported to the state. And then we have to put our links in here and stuff with our minutes, our reports that we do during the year and so forth, and also our net assets and liabilities, and parts of the audit goes in here. And this all gets submitted to the state, certified and submitted.
So, Maria, just to be clear, because we do have new members of the board,
Yes,
sticking with the Danzer Lesser Group on page 17.
Mm-hmm.
Their total pilot payment of $131,606.
Yes.
So that's a payment that they make to this board.
correct.
And then this board then distributes the money to each of the taxing jurisdictions.
The county, the school, and the city.
And if they had never applied for a pilot, or if they didn't have a pilot, then their total tax bill would be the $168,000.
Correct.
So in essence, they saved this past year 36,000. 36, is that right?
Yeah, and change.
Yes, and change. Okay. Just making sure we all understand that. And this project, this pilot agreement will end in,
2028,
and at that point, then they will be paying for their full tax.
correct.
And we have gained, since this IDA project was approved, 129 full-time equivalent positions.
Right, and this project, since 2013. Yep.
Excellent.
And that's all I have. So like I mentioned, this needs to get approved. There's a resolution, and this all needs to be submitted to the state by the end of the month.
Any questions for Maria about the audit report, the annual report, or the Paris report? Or our obligations related to these with New York State? So we have a resolution to accept the annual report, the Paris report, and the audit for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and authorize submission to New York State. I need a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. A second, Mr. Cantoli. Thank you. Any questions or discussion? Mr. DeStefano. Roll. Mr. DeStefano.
Oh, I thought you were saying,
No.
ask a question. Yes.
Mr. Seigerman. Ms. Nemeth.
Yes.
Mr. Cantoli.
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins?
Yes.
And I vote yes. I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Cantoli. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.